Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome to day 2 of our Easter art workshop. You can kind of take a look at what we're going to be creating today. And yesterday, you know what, I had so much fun painting a little bunny balloon. If you missed that lesson, you can definitely check it out on our Facebook feed below, or you would have got a replay link if you signed up to our Easter art workshop. This one, I hope that you have put it on display somewhere, or maybe you're going to gift it to somebody special for Easter that is coming up on the weekend. I hope you guys are super excited like me. Easter's one of my favorite. I've got my Easter bunny ears. I've got my Easter egg hunt all planned, my Easter pajamas. I love Easter, and today we are going to create a very beautiful abstract bunny. But first I want to welcome you. I am Georgie. I'm an art teacher. If you're joining me today, I want to know who you are. So put your name in the comments. Tell me where you're from. I know I'm going to see lots of familiar names, and I can see Haley is here. Hey there, Haley. If you are joining us today, do you want to tell me where you're coming from? Maybe you're from Melbourne like me. Maybe you are from New South Wales. Which part of Australia are you joining from, and what is your name? Because I love giving big shout outs to you guys online. I know that lots of you joined in yesterday and you're coming back for another art lesson, or maybe today is your first time. But you know what? Today we are going to create a really fun, pattern, colorful, happy artwork. I want to say hi to Alyssa and Lucas, who are back again. Parker and Kalani from New South Wales. I loved getting your pictures, you two. I know you sent them to me. Manisha and your brother Kashav have beautiful art from yesterday. Well done. Hey there, Ruby, Sophie, Charlotte. I think it's Arav and Ria from Sydney. Say hello. Alice is from Queensland. Hey there, Charlotte. Hi there, Orlando. You're back again. I remember your picture from yesterday, Orlando. And I remember Albie's as well. Hey there, Georgia and Kate. Nova is here. Nova is in my art club. Hey there, Anova. And Coco and crew are joining in. So remember, guys, what I love is when you post a photo in the comments of your pictures, because I give shout outs to them. I message you back, and I'm going to share some today. Hey there, I can see Krishna and Arjun, Kiana and Sophia. I hope you girls are wearing your bunny ears and all set up. We have Leo and Lily is here from New South Wales. We have lots of little artists joining in for our art lesson today, as Catherine and Madeline from the Snowy Mountains. Fantastic. And Maya is from Melbourne. So guys, our lesson today, hi there, Kira. I am going to show you some beautiful pictures from yesterday. And I'm going to say hi to Lexi and Georgia and Caprice Amalia. I'm going to show you what we're going to do today and the supplies that we need. And then we're going to get started just in a few minutes. Summer and Marley are coming back for their second time. I reckon, you know what, I can't see you, but if you hold up a number of how many times, I can kind of get a feeling. 2 times, maybe 1 time. If you join in tomorrow in my Zoom class, that will be 3. And think about, where are you going to put your picture today? Once you've created it, is it going to go in the fridge? Is it going to go in a frame? I think Albie sent me a photo of his artwork in a frame, and it's incredible. Is it going to go as a gift? Or guess what? I'm going to show you one other way you could do it. If you post a photo of your artwork in the comments, you could go in the chance to win some of these. Can you check this out? This is a picture my toddler did. She did finger painting, and we sent it to some ladies who have a business called Scribblie, and they turned it into a wall sticker. It's called a wall decal. Can you see that? I can peel this off the wall and I can stick it wherever I want. Above my bed. We put this in the playroom. I moved it this morning. You could do it in the kitchen. And it's a beautiful wall decal in a frame of your art. That is mind-boggling. I love these beautiful wall stickers. It doesn't damage the wall. You don't have to put it in a frame. So I reckon you guys could go check them out, or you can even post a photo of your beautiful art and go in the chance to win some. And we're going to announce that over the Easter long weekend. We are going to get started, everybody. Are you ready? I want to say hi to, let's see, our Caprice and Amali are here. I said hello to Summer and Marley. I'm going to jump into showing you something super special. So let me just change my screen. Let me see. What does this look like? Maybe like this. Okay, check this out. We are going to have a look at some of the artworks from the little artist yesterday. I love celebrating the artwork he sent. Here is Kalani and Ruby. And I popped these photos in here because I love the blended watercolor backgrounds you guys did for your bunny balloon. They look incredible. Here is a family who created together, Nick and Emily and Jonty. And just take a look at their brush strokes. They are so neat and colorful and vibrant. Well done. These guys look so happy with their beautiful art. Here is another family, Zoe, Eliza, Ella, and Ollie. And you know what? We did the same lesson yesterday, but can you tell how different they all are? Every little artist in that photo did a totally different interpretation of our lesson, which is awesome. Here is Alvy, Haley, and Clara. Well done for you three. I can see so many different patterns in your beautiful balloons. And that's what we are actually going to go and check out today. Lots of different patterns for our beautiful art. And lastly, we have Alyssa, Kashav, and Parker. Now, Alyssa is my favorite color, this beautiful fluoro pink. And Kashav and Parker have some beautiful rainbow brush strokes in the background. Well done for leaving your little bunny plain white, Parker. I think that's very cool. And Kashav painted his orange. So guys, let's check out the lesson today. Here it is. We are doing an abstract bunny. Now, abstract means that it's not realistic. We're going to use heaps of bold colors, patterns, but it still definitely looks like a bunny, doesn't it? And he is inspired by this artist. Can you have a look at this crazy artist? What color are his sunglasses? I think I need some like him. He is called Romero Britto, and he is from Brazil. And you know what? If you check out the artwork behind him, his style combines lots of pattern, lots of bold colors, and lots of thick black outlines. And here is some pictures of his. Let's see. Let me scroll across. Here are some pictures of his. Do you think they make you happy? I get a really happy feeling when I check out his pictures. I think they look very joyful, very playful, and that is how we want our art to look today. Here are some more examples of his artwork. So I hope you're checking out these pictures and just looking at the patterns, the colors, the stripes, the polka dots, the love hearts. That is what we want to do in our bunny art. Okay, let's get started. I am ready. I want you guys to hold up. We'll go through our art supplies. I've got my big piece of art paper. I've got a black Sharpie marker for all my outlines. I want that one to be permanent. If you don't have a black Sharpie marker, then I want you to use a black crayon, okay? For my coloring, I have crayons and colored markers for my bunny. And for my background, I have some watercolor paints or some big, beautiful colored paints like me in the pan. Now, yesterday, some people had tube paints for watercolors. That's fine. You just need a tiny bit squeezed onto a plate. And the final thing is my paintbrush. Okay, if you have any questions about your supplies, put them in the comments right now. Otherwise, I am ready to go. I want you to hold up your black permanent marker or your black crayon. I'm kind of feeling, are you ready? I can't see you, but I get a feel. I feel like you might be ready. Let's begin. I'm going to begin with 2 bunny eyes. Okay. So I want you to look at halfway. Find halfway on your page. Mine's about here. You got halfway? And then I want you to go down a little bit. Go a little bit below halfway. Okay. So I am going to put 1 bunny eye just here. So it's a little bit below halfway. I'm going to put 1 bunny eye just here. They're little circles. And I'm going to color them in black. So I've got 2 bunny eyes. They're about the size of my thumbnail roughly. And they're just below halfway in the middle. Okay, I've got 2 bunny eyes, kind of as big as my thumb. All right, and then in between, I'm going to do a little bunny nose that can kind of twitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a line and then a U shape or a V if you want underneath. I've got my bunny nose. I know you guys know exactly how to draw a bunny nose. And you could put your little bunny smile on him if you like. So my little bunny smile might look like this. From the bottom of my bunny, I'm going to go down and out. And then down and out. Okay. I have 2 eyes. I have a nose. Are you ready for the next step? The next step is this little circle around his nose. So if you want to draw it with your finger first, you can. I'm going to start above the nose, around, below, around, and up. Let's do it. Above the nose, around, down. Doesn't matter if it's wonky. Don't even mind. Mine's already wonky, I can tell. Super wonky. Whoops. But I'm going to add heaps of colors and pattern. Okay. We have 2 eyes and a nose, a little kind of snout. I am ready for the head. So grab your hand, everyone. I want you to grab your hand. And I want you to put your hand nice and flat together just on top of that little circle you drew. Okay, and if you've got tiny baby hands, like if you're 4 or 5, you might need to spread it out a little bit, but mine are big. So I'm just going to put a little dot right above where my little finger is. So my thumb is where that little circle at the top, and I'm going to put a little dot. Okay, that's where we're going to start the head. And my head's going to go down, around, and up. Can you grab your finger? Can we do it together? Let's start at the dot. I'm going to come down in a curve. I'm going to come out a little bit for the cheek and then touch my circle. And then from the other side, let's do the other side. I'm going to come down in a curve. I'm going to go out for the little cheek, around and touch my circle. Okay, we can do it together. Let's go. I'm going to come down in a curve, past the eye. I might come out for a little bit of a cheek and touch the circle. One side is done. I'll try and make the other side look the same, but if I don't, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to come around, past the eye, out for the little cheek, around a bit, and then touch the circle. Okay. Now, he's having a bit of a floating head. We don't know what animal this is yet. We've got to put some of these on. Give me a thumbs up if you are ready for some of those. Is that where you are up to? Are you ready for some bunny ears like me? Your bunny ears can go almost to the top of the page, but not quite. So let's see. I have one little bunny ear starting at the top of his head. I'm going to come up, 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 around, and back. I have a bunny ear. It's huge. Can you do the little insert like my little bunny ears? Do you reckon you could put another little shape in there? So I'm going to start at the top. I'm going to come up, 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 around, and back. Okay, give me a thumbs up if you would like a bunny ear flopped over. like that example on the wall? Is that you? Because I'm going to show you, if you want a little bunny ear flopped over, let's do that one now. Bunny ears flopped over look like this. You could do one like this or flop it over like me. Here I go. I'm starting at the top and I'm going to come up, 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 up and down in an L shape. So I've done an upside down L. Okay, if you've done an upside down L, we're going to draw another line, start on the top of the head just here. I'm going to go up, 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 up and touch that line. Just like that. Now the little bit left is this curve just here. So if you are ready to go ahead and just finish that flopping ear, I'm going to start at my little L-shaped line here. I'm going to go around and back up. Okay, I don't mind how you did your bunny ears. They might have been too straight, too flopped. Maybe you put one kind of down his side of his face. Are you guys ready for his body? These lines are really easy. I'm going to start at his cheek. I'm going to curve down to the bottom of the page. Okay, I'm going to start at his cheek, curve down to the bottom of the page. Let's do that. I'm going to start at the cheek. I'm going to curve down to the bottom of the page. I'm going to start at his other cheek and curve down to the bottom of the page. All right, boys and girls, we have our bunny. And I hope you remember from that artist we saw, tell the person next to you, what was his name? Romero Britto. So Romero Britto divided his drawings into lots of sections. Can we do that for our bunny? So I want you to divide this into maybe 5 sections. So for here, I did one line curve to the other. Let's see, for me this time, I'm going to draw a straight line from the bunny's face down and then another line from the top down. You can do this any way you want. I want to see at least maybe 4 or 5 sections just here. So let's see, I'm going to draw a line from the middle. I'm going to curve it out to the side and then do that again. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sections so far. I don't mind how you divide it up. Maybe for me, I'm just going to put like a line with a big U shape underneath. Maybe this could be the little bunny's pocket. Like he's wearing a little jumper. And I could color in some buttons. If you liked this idea from one side around, then you can do that. Now I want to know, are you ready to divide the face? We're going to put some lines on the face so we can divide it into patterns. Can you give me a thumbs up? I want to know who is ready to go ahead and divide the face. You can check out this one at how I did that, and you can do it any way that you like. If you can have 5 or 6 different sections on the bunny, that will be perfect. I'm going to go ahead and divide my bunny. You can let me know if you are ready by giving me a thumbs up. I'm going to start like this. I'm having one line from the very top near my ear. I'm going to come down, 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 down and touch the circle where his nose is. Let's do that again. I'm going to start at the very top where the other ear is. I'm going to come down, 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 down and touch his nose. Okay, I've divided that pretty well. And I'm going to show you a really easy way to divide the next section. I'm going to start at his nose and kind of draw some like whiskers. Here I go. I'm going to start at his nose. Look at this. I'm going to curve my line out till I get to the edge of his face, like a little whisker. Can I do that again? I'm going to put another one. I'm going to start at his nose, curve my line out till he gets to the side of his face. Last one. I'm going to start at the nose, curve the line out till he gets to his little face. If your bunny face is really small, maybe you don't want as many lines, but mine's quite big, so I'm going to do that over here. I'm going to start at the nose, curve the line out till he gets to the side of the face. I've got 2 more lines on his face. Here I go. At the nose, Curve the line out till he gets to the side of the face. Are you ready for the last one? Is that where you're up to? I'm going to start at the nose, curve it out till he gets to the side of his face. Okay, boys and girls, I have finished my bunny outlines. We've got to color it in. But before we move on, let's divide our background into sections. I think maybe 5 or 6 different sections. I do not mind how you want to do this. You could draw a curvy line from one side to the other. You could draw some straight lines across in the background. It does not matter. We're all going to do something kind of different. Let's go. I'm going to start at the side of the page. I'm going to draw a line down here. And maybe I'm going to start at the ear. I'm going to do a line down here, jump over that little ear. So look, now I've got one section behind my little bunny. Can we do some more? I'm going to do straight lines. So I'm going to draw a line here. I think that might work. I'm going to draw a line from here, down, 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 jump over my bunny, down, 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 down. So now I've got a section here, here, here. You can see what's happening. I think maybe this is too long. I'm going to divide that up again. Just like that. So we're creating sections in our background. I think maybe this is a really big section, so I might divide it. I'm going to draw a straight line from the bunny out to the side. And this is still quite big. Okay, so I'm going to divide that too. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 8. How many do you have? Put it in the comments. How many different sections do you have behind your Easter bunny? Okay, because I'm putting my black Sharpie marker away. I do not need that anymore. And I'm getting out my colored markers, which is the fun bit. We are going to go ahead and color in all of these different sections of our abstract bunny. How many sections do you have? I have 8, and I am ready with one of my favorite colors. Can you guess what it is? Grab your favorite color. Someone has 23 sections. Do you know what? That is a lot of colors and patterns. Maybe some can be just one color. That sounds amazing. Okay, I'm going to start super simple. We're going to go ahead on the bunny. The other thing I told you yesterday, I love this pattern. Can you tell me what this is? Polka dots. I love polka dots. Okay, we have 11 sections, 10 sections, 12 sections. You guys did exactly what I asked you. Well done. Grab your favorite color and let's start doing some patterns. I'm going to use markers. I'm doing markers for my patterns and I'm coloring over the top with crayons. So grab your colored markers, grab your crayons, find a section in your bunny, and let's begin adding these patterns. I'm starting with polka dots. Now this is where we can all share the different patterns that we are creating because we can kind of get inspiration from each other. I have done polka dots. Some sections can be this all one color. So this one, I'm going to color in all one color, this beautiful orange. If you have heaps and heaps of sections, then you want to be doing some of this, coloring it all one. Now we're just doing the bunny, the background we're painting, only the bunny, okay? So let's keep going with these patterns. What else can we do? What did we see in Romero Britto's art? Hearts. Absolutely. Someone said hearts. I think it might have been Crew or Coco. So I'm going to put some blue hearts. I think somewhere in your bunny you should put some hearts because that is exactly what our Brazilian artists like to do. What about swirls? Stars? What about bold, thick lines? Wiggly lines? Maybe crisscross? Maybe flowers? Maybe checkered? You can do all sorts of patterns. And can you notice what I'm doing here? I'm doing a big bold pattern in my colored marker, and then I'm going to get a crayon. So you can do combinations, crayons and markers. I'm grabbing a yellow marker and coloring this section over the top of my blue hearts. So my crayon can go over the top of my dark blue hearts. So crayons and markers are good combinations to be using. Okay, we had a suggestion of a pattern of flowers. Now I want you guys to type in the comments a suggestion of a pattern because I need your help. I love the idea of flowers. I'm going to do that somewhere. Maybe I'm going to have some green flowers. Rainbow patterns, Haley suggested. Fantastic. They could be rainbow polka dots, rainbow stripes. Here I go with my green daisy flowers. That one can be right in the middle of my bunny. That's pretty fun. Mermaid scales. I didn't think of that, and I love it. I'm going to put some mermaid scales down here because that one is really takes up a lot of space, so I like that idea. Remember, you can color some sections in just plain color. I have some green flowers, and I think, let's see, I'm going to use my yellow marker here, and I'm going to color in the background of these polka dots. Okay, swirls is another option. And you know what is fun today is I have heard, and I saw some pictures that you guys sent me. Some of you decided to use different materials or kind of paint your background differently. And I think that is fine. I think it's fantastic. Sometimes in art, you get inspired by your teacher. They give you some ideas of what to do. And then you find something that suits you and suits what you have got in front of you. So if you are doing sponged backgrounds like Georgia, well done. Okay, leaves. A leaf idea. I like that idea. I also like some stripes. I'm going to have some red stripes. Now these patterns can take a long time, so I think we can be super simple. I think I might color in here. So coloring with one block color is a great idea. And I bet you guys are going to do heaps of rainbow. I know I'm going to see rainbow color schemes and heaps of vibrant, bold colors exactly like the artist. I've got some polka dots in pink. Let's see, maybe this could be all pink. So I'm still working on my little bunny. And one thing I like to do is just kind of filling sections with stripes. Like that. And then I can do stripes from top to bottom. So it kind of turns into a checkerboard. I have that one. Maybe I might move over to some crayons because I haven't used those so much. I'm going to find my bright green. And somebody said zigzags and stars. Thanks for suggesting zigzags and stars. I am saving zigzags, stars. I heard leaves. I'm going to save them for my little bunny's jumper. I think, though, there might be some space for some swirls here. So maybe you want to do some swirls like me, starting in the middle, around, around, around. They're fun. Now, what did somebody say? Butterflies. You guys really noticed a lot from Romero Britto's art because he did exactly what you're suggesting. Butterflies, flowers, hearts. I just did some swirls. This is a really nice color, so I'm going to color in this section. How are you guys going? When we get closer towards the background, I'm going to ask you where you are up to. There are some letters. I'm going to do little crisscross. Little kind of crosses. You might not see this because it's a really small section, and maybe I'm just going to color this one in. My little bunny might have some buttons down the front, so they might be some like swirly buttons. I'm going to move down to his little face. To his little jumper. We had a suggestion of smiley faces. Absolutely. I have a big swirl button. I've got another big swirl button. And my markers, they're great for this project because they really stand out, don't they? Are you using markers as well? I've got a crayon to go around my marker. So I'm just going to color that bit in. And I'm down to his little patterned jumper. Okay, I've got big swirly buttons on my jumper and I'm coloring around with crayon. Do you need some pattern ideas? Because everybody has got so many different ideas. We had smiley faces, swirls, leaves, hearts, flowers, stars. What about kind of squares and triangles? Clover patterns, absolutely. Crisscross lines. So many different ways that you guys can decorate your bunny, which means they're all going to look completely different. Okay, now what was that one? Somebody said stars. I'm going to do some stars in his little jumper here. Mine are going to be purple, and I might even color around them with yellow. Now you can tell everybody, what are you doing right now? Eyes and a fish. Somebody is doing lots of lines. Somebody is doing a geometric shape. It is called a rhombus. I think a rhombus has 7 sides. I can't remember. Okay, stars for me. What pattern are you doing right now? Fruit. Someone's doing fruit. Now, fruit could be like apples are super simple. That's a great idea. I have stars. And while I'm there doing stars, I might even jump over here and do a huge big one in this big bunny pocket with my blue marker. Diamonds. We have hearts. Okay, there are so many different ideas, and you know what? I can't wait to see these. These are all going to look so happy and so colorful. We could even send them to the Brazilian artist where we're getting our inspiration. I think he's going to love this. Okay, I'm going to grab some yellow. I'm going to color with marker actually behind these stars. I'm not kind of being super, super crazy neat. I'm just kind of getting that color down behind it. Someone is doing diamonds. Someone is coloring fish. Oh, how cool would it be to see a bunny dressed up like this? Maybe it's someone who can create clothes and a design could create a dress or an outfit with all of these colorful patterns. That would look pretty special. I've got an orange here that I'm going to color in my little pocket. And so next up, somebody said there was flowers, smiley faces, leaves. I think all of those are a great idea to finish off for mine. What about you? What section are you coloring and what are you putting in that section? What kind of patterns? I'm up to his little jumper and I might do, someone said smiley faces, didn't they? So I'm deciding what color I should do some smiley faces. Maybe some green. I'm going to do some green big polka dots and put a smiley face on top. That is pretty fun. And if you know what, if you still have heaps of sections to go, what I would do is just color some of those sections one color. Okay, so if you are struggling to finish it off, then that's what I would suggest to do. I'm going to put a little smiley face in here. And if you need a little bit of speedy coloring, then I would do a whole section, just one color. We're not finished yet, but somebody said if they've got heaps and heaps of sections, then that might be a really great way to decorate your little bunny. I need some pink crayon. So everybody, I hope you're kind of using combinations of crayons and colored markers because they go really well together. I have seen people are doing swirls, mermaid scales. That is the one I forgot. Someone is putting Easter eggs. Yes, Easter eggs. Maybe that might be a hint to somebody watching you. Okay, here I go. I'm putting some mermaid scales. They're like little U shapes. U, all the way across. U shape, U shape, U shape. Mine are purple, and I might color over the top with a crayon. I'll see how it looks. I'm nearly finished my little bunny's outfit, and I've got to go ahead and do the ears. We haven't done those ears yet. And love hearts are another option that somebody is doing. I've got a pink marker, so I'm going to color in those scales with pink. Now with the ears up here, I thought they looked really good because they were really bold, thick stripes, and they really stood out against the background. So I think for my ears, I'm going to do a really thick pattern so it stands out. I'm not going to be super detailed with that pattern on the ears. That's just my choice. All right, last little section here. Love hearts, I haven't done many, so I think I've got to do some love hearts. Someone is doing numbers and candy canes. You guys have the most interesting, and you like think of things I never think of. What a great idea for some patterns, some numbers and candy canes. Easter eggs was really fun. I have some big love hearts on this little bunny. Okay, and we are nearly heading up to the ears. If you are not there yet, that's where we might jump to next. And don't worry if you're still working on his little face or his little jacket. You can just color in some of the sections one bold color, and that kind of fills a whole section really easily. I think zigzag lines I have not done, which I really love zigzag lines and straight lines together. A little artist suggested that, which is a really good idea. I've got a yellow crayon, so I think I'm going to make this little part of his jacket yellow. I can color straight over the top of these markers with my yellow. So crayons are really speedy. Okay. I'm coloring, and I'm wondering if I should do this. Do you think I should color this in? Maybe I'll wait till the end to see what it looks like. I'm ready for ears. Are you ready for bunny ears? Remember what I said? Some really thick, bold patterns. Some big stripes, maybe some really huge love hearts. I'm going to do purple, and I might do some zigzags. Up, down, up, down, up, down. And I think I'm going to even do another one so they're like really nice and thick. I'm going to make them super thick. What are you doing? How are you decorating the bunny ears? Because I think after these bunny ears, we can go ahead and think about this background. Some really thick zigzags up here for me. Some really big polka dots could look fun on those bunny ears as well. Here I go. Up, down, up, down, up. And I'm doing 2 lines of zigzag just to make it super thick. There we go. And I need an idea. I need an idea of what color to put in between. Maybe it could be my favorite color. What is your favorite color? Have you got lots of that color on your picture today? Have you got lots of pink if your favorite color is pink? Maybe you've got lots of rainbow or lots of blue. I am going to go ahead and color in between my zigzags. I'm going to color these in like a purpley pink. And one thing that you could think about as you're coloring, because this is pretty much a lot of coloring. Someone said their favorite color is green. Go ahead with that green. Put it somewhere on your picture. one thing you can think about is a name for your bunny. And I'm wondering who can come up with the craziest name, because our bunnies are really crazy. Look how crazy our bunnies are. They have bold patterns, so many shapes, so many colors. What's a crazy name? I'm trying to think of one. Something super fun. Something really unique. Remember, our artist is called Romero Britto. Something really fun for our bunny's name. Can you think of something? I'm going to think as well and tell you at the end of the lesson. Okay, I am nearly ready to move on to my second ear. I think I'm going to just put stripes. Really, really simple stripes. If you have heaps of sections left, then just do simple stripes, simple polka dots. Kiana has called her bunny Floppy. That is great. Somebody else has called their bunny Chips. Oh, I really need to think of a good name. I'm going to do some crisscross stripes up here. And my last bunny ear, I'm about to color in. Someone said their favorite color was green, so I'm going to use that. Okay, what are you going to call your bunny today? What is something super fun? We have Floppy Bunny. Well, what about, mine might be called Jasper. I think that's a really cool name. Someone's called their bunny Hope. Someone's called it Crazy Bunny. Someone's called it Gilbert. Hey, I love that. What are you going to call your bunny? It's going to be a super fun, happy, crazy name. Mine is called Jasper the Bunny. And I am up to the last section of his ear. We have Romeo Bunny, Flower Heart Bunny. All of these are amazing names. Flossie the Bunny. Have you guys got some ideas? I'm wondering how I'm going to finish off his little ear up here. And I think I'm going to do, let's see, some dark blue polka dots. Okay, Layla, Coco, Flossie. Lucy the bunny. Rainbow Bright Bunny. Wow, these are great names. Keep them coming. What have you guys decided to call your bunny? Rosie the bunny, Spots the bunny. This would be really fun if all these bunnies could meet one day. I'm doing some big swirls in his bunny ears. So that's what I want you guys to be doing. Thinking of a name and finishing off your bunny patterns. Paulinda Bunny. Now, someone said, I think it's Checker the bunny. Mine's called Jasper. And he is the most colorful, bright, abstract bunny I think I've ever created. Coco Fun Bunny is coming in. Now, are you up to the last section of your bunny? Are you up to the last section? Because we're going to get to the background. We are nearly ready. We've got someone called their bunny Ruby. Ruby is a beautiful name. Okay, I'm just going to finish off the very last bunny ear. Over here, I'm going to color some yellow crayon in the background. And then we are going to go ahead and get to our background of our artwork. Someone's called Tabitha and someone called there's Max. Wow, what a cool collection of bunnies. I wish I could see them all together. So I think this one is probably going to be a favorite one to turn it into one of these wall decal stickers. You could just stick it onto your wall above your bed, in the playroom, in your art space, and it would look great because it's so bright and bold and colorful. So remember, for your chance to win one of those, you want to take a photo and put it in the comments. Or you could just head over to the Scribblie website and order it straight away. They would look incredible. That's what I'm going to do with mine. I'm going to turn mine into some wall decal stickers. I think I am finished coloring my bunny. Tote Booty. Tote Booty is somebody that has called their bunny Tote Booty. Hoppity is Toby's bunny. Okay, and Bubbles. We have some beautiful bunny names coming along. I want to just pause here and show you what we're going to do with the background. Are you ready? We are just about to jump over to the background. If you've still got some patterns, I think you guys know how to do your patterns and your coloring, so you can continue and watch what I'm going to do. So in the background, we're going to be using our crayons and our paints, our watercolor paints, okay? Now we need to use crayons and not our colored markers. I am going to do some really big patterns in my background. So for example, maybe this section, I might do a big pattern like these swirls from one side to the other. And I'm going to paint over the top, but you're still going to see my crayon swirls. So they're not really detailed, they're really big. I would love you right now to grab your favorite colored crayon and put a really big pattern inside one of your sections. We are going to paint over the top. So you don't need to color in all of the section. You just need to put a few big patterns, okay? So big stripes, big stars, big polka dots. I've got some really big swirls. They're not tiny because we don't want to do super detailed patterns in the background, but we must use crayon so we can paint over the top. So for here, spots, I'm going to do some big blue spots. They're not tiny, they're big blue ones with my crayon. And so right now, we're all going to go ahead and jump over to the background. Let's do that because the last part, the painting part, is really quick. We don't have much to paint. Are you guys jumping over to the background? I want you to grab your crayons and just do a few big patterns. You don't even have to add crayons to every section. You can leave some blank if you want to. Okay, maybe I might grab a dark colored crayon. Works really well because I'm going to put a light color over the top. Let's see here. I'm going to do some stripes. So I'm going to do a really big fat stripe in this section. Really simple. That's it, all I need for that section. Maybe over here, I could do some dark blue. And maybe over here, I'm just going to do some little swirls in this section. And maybe one more could be some stars. I might finish off with some stars. Have you guys got some patterns in your background? And then we're going to get out our paints. I've got my orange. I might do some stars here. Some really nice big bold stars. And if you are just starting your background, maybe you just want to do a few stripes, a few polka dots, and then we can go ahead and paint. Now, I know you guys have been sitting here for quite a long time doing patterns. Is your hand sore? If your hand is sore, give it a shake. My hand's getting sore from all the coloring. I've got stars here, and the last part is so super quick. I can't wait to add some paint with you guys. And you want to tell me where you're up to. Are you up to finishing off? A little artist said their bunny looks excellent. I bet it does. Very clever pun there. Excellent, just like an Easter egg. I've got some orange stars just in this section. And I don't need to put any here or here because I have heaps of pattern. Sometimes we can just leave some areas totally blank. Boys and girls, are you ready for painting the background? Give me a thumbs up if you are ready. I'm putting my colored markers away. I am putting my lid on my crayons because I have finished with those. And I am going to get out my paint. I've got some really bright colors. You want to use some really bright colors with your paintbrush. Are you going to go ahead and paint with me? We're going to finish off our beautiful bunny. All right, let's go into our water. Choose the color paint that you like. I'm going to spin around how many times? Do you remember from yesterday's lesson? 10. So count to 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and I'm going to put my pink over the top of my purple. And I think that's a good choice because I can still see my purple crayons underneath. If I chose dark blue over the top of my purple, I don't think that I would really be able to see it. So I want to make sure my color choices are really good, that I can still see my crayon pattern. And when I'm coming up to my bunny, I'm just going to be a little kind of careful that I don't paint over my bunny. Okay, boys and girls, how are you going? Are you up to your background? I have a few thumbs up. Some people have said that they are finished already. You are super speedy. I'm going to go really, really careful around his little ear. And then I can be a little speedier around this big section because I know I'm not going to paint over anything. Now, I am really excited to see all of your finished pictures. So remember to take a photo of them. I've got one big pink section there. And while I've got pink on my paintbrush, why don't you find another place to put some of that color? So I think maybe down here for me. My next color might be yellow. I think I'm going to go with yellow next. Where are you guys up to? Do you want to go ahead and put in the comments which part you are painting right now? Are you painting the background or are you still doing some patterns in the background? These are very, very, very similar to the artist that we're looking at today. He's called Romero Britto. Romero, I think, is how we pronounce it, Romero. And he is from Brazil. So when you're talking about your art to somebody, you can say, this picture is inspired by an artist from Brazil called Romero Britto. Somebody's called their little artwork Funny Bunny. Parker is doing the background. So is another little artist. That sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and paint. And you know what? With your painting, you can paint straight over the top of your crayons. You don't have to be too careful. Your crayons, you'll still be able to see those patterns. If you haven't told me your bunny name, do you want to tell me your bunny name? We had some really fun names. Mine's called Jasper. We had Rosie, Flopsy Bunny, Ruby Bunny, Funny Bunny. We had heaps of, I think there was a Cocoa Bunny. Lots and lots of really fun names for our beautiful abstract bunnies today. Fifi the bunny. I like that one. There was Tabitha, I remember. If you haven't told me, you can go ahead and put it in the comments. Here is a little yellow section. Because I've got yellow on my paintbrush, I think I'm going to go here and put a bit more yellow. So you can see if I come close to my little bunny, I'm being a little bit careful. But otherwise, I can just go up and down in that really big section. Okay, Alice has called her bunny Bubble. We have Happy the bunny and Pop Fred the bunny, I think. Okay, I'm going to put one color here, and I think that is going to be some blue. I'm going to do some blue painting. Jessie has named her bunny DJ. Now, that is a very appropriate name, Jess, because He looks like he's going to a disco where there needs to be a DJ. DJing some really fun, happy pop music. We've got DJ the Bunny. How are you going with your background? Can you see this tiny section? I have to be really careful just so I don't paint over my little bunny ears. So you make sure you're concentrating. You can just be listening to me, but concentrating on your painting. I have a couple of sections left. And if you're still doing patterns, I don't want you to rush. And you definitely don't have to worry that you've got to finish on time. Lots of you are on school holidays, so you can always come back to this for the background. Or you can just keep going after we've finished and be very careful. A little bit slower doesn't even matter at all. I just want you to have fun while you're painting today and be really proud of your finished artwork. I have got 3 sections left. How many sections have you got to go? I'm spinning my paintbrush 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this one green and maybe the one on the other side a little bit green as well. Someone's calling their bunny Harry. I wonder if you guys have bunnies in your backyard, like in a bunny hutch. I wonder if you're calling your bunny the same as your pet bunny. And yesterday, lots of you said you had pet bunnies, and someone even said you had baby ones. They had babies in their rabbit hutch like I did when I was a little girl. My bunnies had babies and they had a lot. Okay. I am up to the last section. Where are you guys up to? I cannot wait to finish this picture. Okay. Orange is going to be my last little section. Are you guys ready to finish your last section as well? Once you have finished, I want you to make sure you take a photo. Make sure you put it in the comments with your name and your age. I cannot wait to see these, and I always reply. You might even go ahead and win a Scribblie wall decal. I am nearly finished, boys and girls. Where are you guys up to? I'm going to show you a few things once I've finished so you can keep on painting, even if you've got another little section to go. It is done. And you know what? I am pretty pleased with how it turned out. It makes me feel happy. It's got so many colors and so many patterns. Somebody else said they've got a few sections left and someone else is done. So we all work at different paces. If you are still painting, you keep painting. I'm washing my paintbrush. It's nice and clean. I'm going to put it upright so it doesn't break all my bristles. And I'm going to put my paints aside and tip out my water. I'm going to make sure everything is cleaned up. If you are still working on your art, you keep going because I want to show you something. I am going to show you what we could go ahead and do tomorrow if you want to. Okay, so here I go. Keep on painting, everybody. I'm not going to say goodbye just yet. Here it is, what you could win. If you enter and put your artwork in a comment, you could win a Scribblie. Look at my little abstract bunny. He would look so great on the wall. So make sure you do that. And here is our lesson tomorrow. We are creating an artwork called Mr. McGregor's Garden. There's little Peter Rabbit there. He has popped some Easter eggs in his bunny hole. And you know what? If you are part of my art club, this lesson is included in the art club. We are going to do this lesson on Zoom. So you have 2 choices. You can go ahead and purchase this lesson in my shop. We are going to be on Zoom. So that means I get to see your face. You get to hold up your picture. I can give you feedback in our lesson. So if you want to just do this one-off, you can go and buy this lesson and join me on Zoom tomorrow. Or if you are in my art club, you are already included and you already get the link sent to you. So Zoom is tomorrow. You can join the art club, or if you're already in it, I'll see you there. Or you can buy this one for $15, I think it is. in my shop. Now, if you're thinking about the art club, I showed you some lessons yesterday that are coming up, but we are doing all of these inside my art club in the next few months. There are some rainbow butterflies. There's a beautiful heather gola landscape, some sunflowers. These are coming up to the art club, and here are some more. We've got Salvador Dali butterfly sail ships. That is one of my favorite. We're doing lots of collage. We are doing a little glad wrap print penguin. So the art club is a really fun thing to do throughout the term if you're looking for some extra art classes. I want to invite you to join me in the art club. If that's something that you're looking for, to do art classes next term, we do recorded video ones like this or live classes. But I have had so much fun creating with you today. I hope you've liked this lesson. I've totally enjoyed hanging out with you. I know that lots of you have told me your fun bunny names. So I want you to actually take a photo, put it in the comments so I can make sure I know whose bunny is who and see those cute bunny names as well. I have finished my project and it is 11 o'clock. So we have created together for a whole hour. Have you sat still for that whole hour? I bet that you have, and I hope you're super pleased with your beautiful art. So I'm going to say goodbye. Remember to go ahead and sign up to Zoom tomorrow, or if you're in the art club, I will automatically see you on Zoom anyway. I can't wait to create Mr. McGregor's garden. Where is it? It's here. This is what we are going to go ahead and create tomorrow on Zoom. So if that's for you, make sure you don't miss it, because I don't do many on Zoom and I really want to see your beautiful faces. I can't wait to see you again. I'm going to say see you later, everybody. Thanks so much for joining. Bye-bye. Make sure you clean up your paints, wash out your paintbrush. Don't leave it on the table. Pack it all away. And I can't wait to see your beautiful photos. Bye-bye. See you later, everybody. You can always send your photos to my message on Facebook. You could always email them to me. You could always Instagram them to me, however you like. Bye-bye there, everybody. I'm seeing lots of goodbyes. I can't wait to see your photos. Go ahead, pop them in the comments. Email them. Send them to me on Facebook, and I can't wait to see them. I bet you guys have done a fabulous job. I'm so happy creating with you this morning. I think these are going to look fantastic on your wall. Bye, everyone. It's so nice to see you, or not see you, paint along with you. I'm so glad you loved it. I will see you, and make sure you jump onto Zoom. Go ahead and purchase that class or join the art club, and I'm going to go ahead and create with you tomorrow on Zoom. I can't wait to see you there. Bye-bye.